Millionaire tests his employees and rewards them red-faced the day the millionaire walked into his own company unnoticed, wearing worn shoes and a tired face, was the day dozens of hidden truths quietly lined up, waiting to be exposed. The polished glass doors reflected a man no one recognized, yet every corner of the building carried his name, his effort, and the dreams he once sacrificed sleep for. He paused near the entrance, watching employees rush past him without knowing that the future of their lives, their loyalty, and their character would soon be written by the choices they were about to make. This was not a game, and it was not revenge. It was a test born from disappointment, hope, and a deep desire to believe that kindness still lived inside the walls he had built from nothing. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and silent sacrifices that deserve recognition, take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to the channel Honestia. Because stories like this remind us who we really are when no one is watching. Years earlier, the millionaire had been a young man with trembling hands and borrowed money, sleeping on office floors, and surviving on instant noodles while building a company everyone told him would fail. He remembered the nights when rejection emails felt heavier than hunger, and the mornings when self-doubt screamed louder than alarm clocks. As the company grew, so did the distance between him and the people who now worked under bright lights, air-conditioned rooms, and fixed salaries. Somewhere between success and survival, something changed. Complaints replaced gratitude. Entitlement replaced hunger. Whispers of disrespect reached his ears, stories of employees ignoring struggling coworkers, mocking cleaners, bending rules, and doing the bare minimum while expecting the maximum in return. He did not want to believe it, but doubt has a way of sinking into even the strongest foundations. Instead of firing people based on reports and rumors, he decided to see the truth with his own eyes. He dressed like a man who had lost everything, carrying a small bag and a resume that listed nothing impressive. He entered his own company through the side door, applying as a temporary worker assigned to basic tasks. No special treatment followed him. No one bowed their heads or rushed to impress him. For the first time in years, he saw his empire from the ground level, where respect is not guaranteed and kindness costs effort. The first challenge came quietly. Assigned to clean storage rooms and deliver files, he moved through departments where faces barely looked up. Some employees brushed past him as if he were invisible, irritation painted across their expressions when he worked slowly or asked questions. He noticed how easy it was for people to forget basic humanity when they believed someone beneath them had no power. Every ignored greeting, every sigh of annoyance, and every careless insult pressed against his chest like a reminder of why he had started this test in the first place. But not everyone failed. In one corner of the building, a young woman from accounting noticed his shaking hands as he struggled with a heavy box. She stopped her work without hesitation, helped him lift it, and offered him water, even though her supervisor was watching. She did not ask who he was or why he was there. She simply helped because someone needed help. In another department, a middle-aged security guard shared his lunch with him. After noticing he had nothing to eat, speaking with warmth about his own struggles and reminding him that dignity does not come from job titles. These small moments carried more weight than any profit report the millionaire had ever read. As days passed, the test grew harder. The millionaire intentionally made small mistakes, dropping papers, arriving late once, and asking for guidance. Some employees reacted with harsh words and threats to report him, protecting their comfort instead of offering understanding. Others guided him patiently, teaching him systems they were not paid extra to explain. He saw leaders who ruled with fear and leaders who inspired with compassion. He saw how stress revealed true character and how kindness often lived in the most unexpected places. One afternoon, an incident unfolded that changed everything. A cleaner slipped near the cafeteria, spilling water and falling hard onto the floor. Laughter echoed from a few nearby employees who chose mockery over concern. The millionaire watched from a distance, heart heavy, as people stepped around the fallen man like he was an obstacle, not a human being. Just as anger threatened to overwhelm him, a group of junior staff rushed forward, helping the cleaner up, calling for medical help, and shielding him from humiliation. In that moment, the millionaire felt both heartbreak and pride, realizing that his company was not lost but divided between those who had forgotten their roots and those who still carried them quietly. Behind the scenes, he documented everything. Not names fueled by anger, but actions guided by truth. He noted those who abused authority, those who uplifted others, and those who stayed neutral, afraid to choose either side. The weight of the test did not come from deception, but from the responsibility of what he would do with the truth once it was revealed. The final day arrived without warning. Employees were called into a company-wide meeting, tension filling the room as rumors spread of restructuring and possible layoffs. The man they had ignored, mocked, or helped walked onto the stage, his posture straight, his eyes calm, his presence suddenly commanding. As recognition slowly dawned, faces drained of color, and the air grew heavy with realization. This was not a stranger. This was the man whose signature signed their paychecks, whose vision built their future. He did not shout or humiliate anyone. Instead, he spoke about beginnings, about sleeping hungry, about being invisible, and about how success should never erase empathy. He explained the test not as a trap, but as a mirror. Promotions were announced for those who showed leadership through kindness. Financial rewards were given to employees who helped without expecting anything in return. The young woman from accounting received a scholarship fund and a leadership role. The security guard was honored publicly and given a raise that changed his family's life. Departments known for toxic behavior were restructured, and those who abused others were given a choice between growth training or leaving the company with dignity. Some cried from relief, some cried from regret. The millionaire made it clear that this was not the end, but a new beginning. Or leaving. A company, he reminded them, is not measured by profit alone, but by how it treats its weakest members. Policies were introduced to protect dignity, reward teamwork, and encourage compassion. More importantly, a culture began to shift, slowly but honestly. As weeks passed, the building felt different. Greetings became warmer. Helping hands appeared more often. People remembered that behind every job title was a human story. The millionaire returned to his office not as a distant figure, but as a leader who had walked among his people and listened to what actions said louder than words ever could. Just before the ending, we have a special request for you. Comment below and tell us which moment in this story reflected your own workplace experience or reminded you of someone you know. In the quiet moments after change settles in, the millionaire often thought about how close he came to losing faith. He realized that testing his employees was not about punishment, but about hope. Hope that kindness could still rise above convenience. Hope that second chances could heal broken cultures, and hope that when given the opportunity, people could choose to be better than they were yesterday. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that small acts of kindness are never small, we gently ask you to like, comment, share, and stay connected with Honestia. Your engagement helps these stories reach those who need them most, and together we can keep kindness alive where it matters most.